It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at DJI. Get yourself your own drone by going over to geekazine.com/DJI. Jeffrey Powers here. I welcome you to the Day in Tech History, a full rundown of technology history 7 days a week. Subscribe to the show via iTunes, Stitcher, or download right from dayintechhistory.com. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. June 1st, 1495, Friar John Cor records the first known batch of Scotch Whiskey. 1890, the United States Census Bureau begins using Herman Hollerith's tabulating machine to count census returns. 1938, issue number 1 of Action Comics was released by the National Allied Publications, which would later become DC Comics. Of course, this is the first comic to feature Superman, the character created by Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster. 1957, the Casio brothers found Casio Computer Company. 1967, the groundbreaking Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album by the Beatles is released. 1979, Intel introduces the 4.77 MHz 8088 microprocessor featuring 16-bit registers and an 8-bit external data bus. 1980, Cable News Network begins broadcasting. That's CNN. 1993, Apple Newton was beaten to the market by Casio Tandy Zoomer, and the U.S. District Court Judge Vaughn Walker rules against Apple Computer in a 63-month legal suit against Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard. The judge ruled that 90% of the elements in Windows were covered by Microsoft's 1985 license. 1996, Steve Capps leaves Apple. 1997, Steve Jobs becomes the major Apple shareholder with 1.5 million shares of Apple, AAPL, the stock name. And in 1999, Apple Computer released the Power Macintosh G3, 350, 400, and 450 computers with updated Power PC G3 processors and including Mac OS 8.6. And it was discovered the 38th Mersenne prime number was found. And now this word from our friends over at DJI Technologies. The Phantom 3 has been released just in time for all your springtime flying. In both professional and in advanced models, the Phantom is one of the most popular drones out there. And it can make you feel like a kid again, just like when you got your first RC car years ago. With video up to 4K, you can have fun taking overhead shots, aerial footage in parks or by the lake, or you can just fly over your house to see how many of your kids' toys ended up on the roof, or if your roof even survived the winter. I encourage you to go over to geekazine.com/DJI so you can get free shipping on that DJI Phantom, and it supports the Day in Tech History. Then go out to the park and have a ton of fun. Geeky fun with DJI. Now let's get back into your Day in Tech History. 2002, the first eMac was sold to the general public. 2006, Ubuntu Foundation first released the Xubuntu operating system. Xubuntu is a derivative of the Ubuntu Linux distribution, specifically designed for antiquated systems with less processing power. 2008, a private city in Minnesota pushes Google out of town. Soon after, all images retrieved from that city were removed from Google Street View. And Adobe launched an online community with a word processor and file sharing, while adding Flash and interactive maps to Acrobat 9. It included the Buzzword word processor, the Connect Now web conferencing, and desktop sharing tool that enabled chatting via text, video, and voice. 2009, Scion settled the netbook lawsuit. Scion registered the netbook name back in 1996. In 2008, they started sending out the cease and desist letters to Intel. They settled this dispute, which Scion would drop the trademark, especially since they don't use the name netbook in any of their brands. 2011, Google makes the +1 button available for websites, and Apple purchased iCloud.com for $4.5 million. And in 2012, Google launched Google Plus locally. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2015, JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.